Hello, lovely people. Amplifier measuring week again, and today on the bench we're gonna have an Alpine 3550. So first of all, I would like to thank all my Patreons and people who support me directly on PayPal. And with those donations, I bought this amplifier. I was looking for something similar to buy like a while ago because I just wanted to see what it is. I never had one because this amplifier is 30 years old. It's extremely old and it's barely living. So the thing is, like, when I'm gonna be measuring it, I'm not sure if it's gonna measure at all because, to be honest, I just connected it. I see that the light is on, and I'm not sure anything about the internals because to push hard a 30-year-old amplifier without recapping or anything, it's kind of dangerous. So I don't know where this is gonna go. Maybe it's gonna be a success. Maybe it's gonna be a total fail. Now the thing is with this amplifier, it has these connections, which is like something similar like a Molex plug. And the previous owner that had this amplifier, he had these 4 connectors used, and on this side he had only 2, so he was using channel 3 and 4 in bridge mode. And since I don't have these bullet connectors or whatever they're called, I cannot connect another 2 wires. So in my case, when I'm gonna load it into the load bank, I'm gonna be using 1, 2, and this is gonna be like in bridge mode, and I will be measuring only channels 1 and 2 just to see how it is. So power-wise, it's not a big amplifier. It's 25 amp fuse again, so I don't expect a lot of power. Again, something similar to a head unit or like built-in DSP amplifier, similar to what I tested before. There's literally no adjustments for this. We have only input mode for which RCAs to use, and gain, fixed and variable. And basically that's it. Because somebody, when I have a video about this as well, because I unscrewed the back and I opened it up just to show the internals and everything. So I'm gonna try to link the video in the back, and if you want, you can find it and watch it. And somebody commented under the video that first amplifiers, when they came out, they didn't have any like crossovers or anything, because this it's full range. It doesn't have anything, and it's kind of a good thing now for DSPs because you have all the controls on the head unit or the DSPs. So the amplifier, especially if you're going active, is kind of pointless to have crossovers on the amplifier. But this video, I think, is gonna show, again, if I will be able to measure it properly, is gonna show the difference between old school amplifier and the new one, because again, as I mentioned, it's 30 years old, so this is proper old school amplifier. However, it didn't have any upgrades, no recapping, no nothing. So I don't know, we will see, but this is going to be very interesting. So old school versus new school, which one is better? Let's jump into the laptop and let's see the measurements. So as I mentioned, to measure this amplifier is a bit risky and I really don't know what to expect. And this experiment with this amplifier just proved how stubborn and difficult proper old school amplifiers can be. Let me show you something. So this is, I measured the THD versus level. And here we can see that it does like, wow, maybe 4 watts, 7 watts clean, and then it kind of goes bonkers. So this is one channel. When I tried to measure the other channel, I had something like this. Basically, if I would change to percent, it's like 1% flat. And the thing is, like, I know that something is wrong with that channel because it shouldn't be like that. Now, the good thing is, when I just bought that amplifier, I made one single sweep with that amplifier just for fun, and I got this one. And the thing is, like, this and this is just change the scale. They're the same measurement, same amplifier, same channel, just different times, 1 month apart. This was measured like a few days ago, and this was measured a month ago. See, and this is the difference we have. So like this one above like 4 watts, this one goes bonkers, and here it was measuring flat. I don't know why. And maybe I touched a wire inside, because I did open it a few times just to have a look what's inside. Maybe I touched a wire, maybe there's a connection, maybe maybe I have absolutely no idea what. But so this I'm going to disregard, and I'm going to have a look at the measurement that I first did. And we have this, which is not bad, but not great. So again, we're aiming for minus 66 dB, which is like this, and slightly above. However, if we have a look at the manual, this is the manual, and it states here, specifications, 4 ohms, power output, 0.08%, 20 watts per channel. Let's have a look. Let's change to percentage. 0.08 is here, and yeah, 20 watts is here. So apart from this little bump, yeah, we have exactly what Alpine puts in the specs. And like 1%, we have a bit more, which is like 30 watts, which is great. Now the question is, how does it compare to the V power, which we know is very, very good? So this one is minus 63, and this is the V power. And V power we have minus 77. So yeah, quite a big difference, quite a big jump. If we can see like 10 dB probably. Yeah, big, massive jump in THD. However, it's not to say that these amplifiers are bad, because like percentage-wise, even if it is like above 66, it's still below 0.1% THD. All the way from here, all the way up to 25 watts or so. So it's not magic, but they're clean, they're good. V-Power obviously is much better, but this is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not too shabby, as some people would say, not too shabby. And the best thing is, like with this, we can see that this digs deeper, like all the way there. However, this is more linear. So kind of the same THD we have from less than 1 watt all the way there. And with this one, it's going down. So it's just a different profile. And again, as I mentioned, with this one, I had problems. So this one was, the channel 2 was bonkers, so I couldn't check the crosstalk at all. With this one that I did, frequency dependent, we can see loads and loads of harmonics. Third one is the main dominant one. Second harmonic is in the higher frequencies. So yeah, loads of harmonics here. Multitone, quite high, 56 dB, quite high. Let's have a look at the frequency response. There we go. So with the frequency response, we have, again, kind of similar, but a bit more. So we have almost a full dB down to 20K. So to compare to V-Power and all the other ones, this has less top end. And again, can you hear the difference between 0.6 and 1 dB lower? I really doubt it. And look, it does have some wiggles. It's not perfectly straight. Like if you zoom in, you can see that. So the V-Power and the X series were a bit more flat, and this has a bit more roll up, but it plays all the way up to 40K, no problem at all. Now let's have a look at the, so yeah, this one you can see it's a bit jaggedy and more floor noise, much higher at 60 dB. But yeah, especially with the lower frequencies. So like higher frequencies is a bit lower, more noise at higher frequencies, and 1 kilohertz tone. So again, it's just on one channel. I couldn't do it on other ones. And here we can see loads of harmonics because I tested this 1 kilohertz at 5 watts. And from this one, 5 watts is here, which is not the lowest point. Like the lowest is like here, 1-2 watts, something here. 5 watts is not the lowest. And yeah, you can see loads and loads of harmonics. If you remember from the other measurements, we had like second, then lower third, and the lower fourth, and maybe fifth, and that's kind of it. But for this one, there's loads of harmonics now. So how is it gonna sound? It's not gonna sound as good as the newer ones. And the thing is this because of the old components and everything else? Like the top end, this one, at a lot of power, yes. Obviously, this is because of the bad components, because I did measure this and it was much, much better. But all, like, you can see, like, third harmonic here, fourth harmonic, second one is the main dominant one. We have loads of harmonics here. So it is a big difference between these and the newer amplifiers. And is it gonna give some kind of a sound signature or profile? Maybe, most likely, yes, I want to say. And again, it would be very interesting to listen to it. However, this amplifier needs some TLC. It needs some love, needs some repair, because obviously the components are out of tolerances, and this is exactly shown with this difference between channel 1 and channel 2. I didn't even bother to check in channel 3 and 4 because I knew that's gonna be a bit of a mess. So yeah, this is the risk that you have with proper old school amplifiers, because those, they need recapping, they need some love, they need to make sure that they're working perfectly fine. They're just too old. So to summarize, can we say that old school amplifiers are not the best? Like proper old school? And again, this is just one amplifier, one measurement. I'm not gonna say for everything, but this to me shows that the very old amplifiers are very risky, and they're not gonna be as clean and as good as the newer ones. And you should expect that, because like when you compare a brand new amplifier with literally nothing here, no harmonics, no nothing, only when you really push it, and the output wise and everything, with an old school amplifier, it's a big massive difference. Now I would like to listen to it. However, I'm not gonna spend any money in repairing it, because it's gonna be too costly and not worth it. Probably would be easier to find a same kind of series 3.5 series amplifier in much better or kind of newish condition on Facebook Marketplace, and just buy that one and test it. So yeah, maybe if enough people gonna donate money, I might buy a much better condition amplifier and test that. But for now, with this specific amplifier, I can say that V-Power is still the king. V-Power is unbeaten, and it would be a good challenge to find an amplifier that measures better than Alpine V-Power. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.